Simple English Stories.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Simple English Stories, the place where you can learn English through slow and meaningful conversations. I'm Tom, your host, and today we have a topic that many people think about but don't always talk about. Do you work more efficiently in the morning or at night? This question sounds simple, but it tells us a lot about our lifestyle, our habits, and even our personalities. Some people love waking up early, drinking a cup of coffee, and starting the day with fresh energy. Others feel sleepy in the morning and only become truly alive when the evening comes. To explore this topic, I'm here with Anna. Together, we will share our experiences, discuss the advantages and disadvantages of working at different times, and help you discover what time might be best for you. Let's begin with part 1, where we talk about mornings and how people feel at the start of the day. Anna, let's start simple. When you wake up in the morning, what is the first thing you usually feel? Do you feel ready to work, or do you need some time to warm up?
Honestly, Tom, the first thing I usually feel is confusion. I need a few minutes to understand that the new day has started. I normally open my eyes slowly, stretch my arms, and then sit up on the bed. I don't feel full of energy right away, but I also don't feel extremely tired. I'm somewhere in between. After I drink water and wash my face, I begin to feel more alive.
That sounds very normal. Many people need a gentle start. For me, mornings feel different. When the sun is rising, I feel like the world is telling me, let's begin. I feel the fresh air, and my mind becomes sharp. But I know that not everyone feels that way.
Yes, I wish I could feel that sharpness in the morning. I can focus in the morning, but only after I prepare myself slowly. If I try to work immediately after waking up, I make mistakes. I type wrong words, or I forget small steps.
That brings up a great point. Many people believe that morning work is the best, but it really depends on the person. Let me ask you, when you are fully awake, do you feel that the morning helps you work efficiently?
It depends on the task. If the task is simple, like reading emails, checking schedules, or organizing my notes, then morning is perfect. But if the task requires creativity or long thinking, I sometimes struggle. My brain feels like it is still warming up.
Interesting. For me, the morning is perfect for big tasks. My mind feels clean, like a new page with no writing on it. I can think clearly and organize my thoughts. But I sometimes struggle with emotional or creative tasks in the morning.
That's funny because I feel almost the opposite. In the morning, I am more logical. I can check facts, double-check numbers, or prepare something step by step. But when it comes to ideas, I don't always feel inspired.
It sounds like mornings give you structure, but not creativity.
Exactly, and I think many people feel the same. The morning is good for planning, but not always for producing something original.
Let's talk about sleep. Do you think your sleep quality affects your morning productivity?
Oh yes, very much. If I slept well for 7 or 8 hours, my morning feels smooth. But if I slept only 5 hours, my morning becomes very slow. Even coffee cannot save me on those days.
I completely understand. Even for morning people like me, sleep makes a big difference. If I don't sleep enough, I lose focus, and my mind feels cloudy.
That's true. And I think this is one disadvantage of morning work. If your sleep is not good, your whole morning can feel like walking through fog.
Good point. Another disadvantage is stress. If you have a difficult task early in the day, it can affect your mood for many hours.
Yes, I feel that a lot. If I have a complicated meeting in the morning, I feel nervous even before getting out of bed. It's like the pressure starts too early.
But mornings also have advantages. For example, you have more control over your time. The world is quieter, and people haven't started sending messages yet.
Yes, I like that. I enjoy that peaceful time when the day is still slow. It helps me think clearly.
Let me ask something deeper. Do you think people should train themselves to become morning people?
I think it depends on their lifestyle. If someone has a job that requires morning work, then yes, they can train themselves slowly. But if someone naturally works better in the afternoon or at night, forcing themselves to become a morning person may not help.
Very true, and I like that you said slowly. People sometimes try to change too fast.
Yes, and that usually fails. Changing your natural rhythm is difficult.
So for part 1, we learned something important. Morning work is good for structure, planning, clear thinking, and simple tasks. But it is not perfect for everyone, and sleep quality affects it a lot.
Exactly, and that brings us to part 2, where we talk about nighttime productivity, which is very different.
Simple English stories.
Welcome to part 2. Now Anna, earlier you said that you sometimes feel more creative in the evening. Can you explain why?
Sure, at night, I feel more relaxed. The day is ending and I don't feel pressure. The light is softer, the world is quieter, and my mind feels more open. I can think slowly without feeling rushed. Ideas come naturally.
That sounds peaceful. I think many creative people feel the same. At night, the world becomes quiet, so your mind has more space to think.
Exactly. For example, I often journal at night. I write down thoughts, memories, or plans. Sometimes I also brainstorm ideas for my projects. At night, I can think without interruption.
Do you feel more focused at night?
Yes, but in a different way. During the day, I focus because I must. At night, I focus because I want to. That makes a big difference. It feels more natural.
I like that. But let's talk about disadvantages. What problems do you face when working at night? The biggest problem is tiredness. My body becomes slow, my eyes get heavy, and sometimes I feel too relaxed, so I move slowly. Also, if I work too late, I go to bed late, and then the next morning becomes difficult.
Yes, and that can create a cycle. Working late gives, sleeping late gives, feeling tired in the morning gives, needing the night again.
Exactly. And that cycle can be dangerous if it continues for many days. Another disadvantage is that night work can make someone feel lonely. Do you feel that?
Sometimes, yes. When everyone else is asleep, it feels like the world is far away. It's peaceful, but it can also feel a little lonely.
So night work is good for creativity, deep thinking, and emotional expression, but not always good for energy or health.
Yes, that's a perfect summary.
Let me ask the big question again. Overall, do you think you work more efficiently in the morning or at night?
I think I work smarter in the morning, but more creatively at night. If I have to choose one time for efficiency, I would say morning. But if I choose a time for inspiration, I choose night.
That's a beautiful answer. Your morning is for the mind, and your night is for the heart.
Yes, something like that.
And that's what I want listeners to remember. Productivity is not just about time. It's about understanding your energy, your habits, and the type of work you're doing.
Yes, people should explore their rhythm, try different times, and choose what makes them feel strong, focused, and happy.
Thank you for listening to today's conversation. We explored morning energy, nighttime creativity, personal habits, sleep advantages, disadvantages, and how to choose the best work rhythm for your life. Remember, efficiency is not about forcing yourself to work at a certain time. It's about discovering the rhythm that helps you think clearly, work calmly, and live better.